Hi all, welcome to the video. For this one we're just going to be doing a few of the Harvest and Trusty banks on Death Wish in Stealth Solo. So there's not a whole lot to them. Once you know what you're doing with them, it can become pretty routine. It's a good way to be able to grind for levels or to rake in some easy cash, particularly if you've got a saw as well.
By failing to prepare.
So I usually buy the spy cams just because it gives you good coverage of where the guards are in the bank at all times, and the key card for getting rid of the guards. The camera room, sorry.
Initialized.
Okay, folks.
So jump right in. It's an annoying place for the van because it's so far away from the bank, but live with it.
Camera over there. Dollars, rubles. American
Get
uniform
rid
too
of the
small
camera
for
room,
big,
hoping
strong
to land in the
Russian
corner, but
body. Accidentally pressed tiny American
probably be
button
fine
with
there.
big Russian muscle. God, watch it.
I'll wait here. You go on ahead. Ich warte hier.
now I get boxed in. Oh, I'll have to just hang around until he moves. Shouldn't take too long.
Don't alert the guard.
We could try to just shotgun him into the corridor, but it's probably not worth it with the teller's door open. There's too much risk they'll see something.
Get down.
I see you took a hostage. That'll slow them down for a little while.
You can move him out the way. There we'll do it. Oh, got a guard coming outside.
Keep the channels
two
clear,
down.
control. Breaking protocol 1917. Copy? Guard, stay back.
Not too many civs there, only one. It's a bit surprising. And that one there, if one of them moves away, I can probably actually take the air. It's safe.
Guard.
Wrong one's moved. Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. One of them's going to go somewhere sooner or later.
Don't alert the guard. Guard on patrol. Don't alert the guard. Guard on patrol.
It's always annoying when you've just got to wait for the guards to go somewhere where you can actually get rid of them.
Careful. Guard.
Like this side. That side's totally blocked off from being used.
Guard on patrol.
Oh, there's actually a civ there anyway.
Guard, stay alert. Look out, guard.
Ooh, he might be coming outside.
I call you control? Me.
Gets rid of the third
you
one.
called me.
You can deal with the fourth
Must
one
be
now while he's
standard
over that
use.
side.
Get down on it.
There's one civ to get down, so I can just get rid of him.
Stand down, control. Spotted.
They land in some very awkward ways sometimes, I've found. Don't know what that looks like. Okay, that's all the guards eliminated. Control Think's really useful for doing this one on solo because you can just use a noise to keep all the civilians down. As such.
Nice. Now start her up.
And then you just spin up the saw every now and then and it keeps them all down.
Here we go. We should be through in a couple of minutes.
It's useful to just keep an eye on civilians that get a bit further away though. Particularly as I move the stuff nearer the van, any that are over here for example might well be out of the saw's reach, so just best to use your cable ties on the ones which you think are most likely to be out of your saw's range at some point.
You'll hear it, it gets suspicious.
Alright. Gonna activate Berserker now. Berserker just means the saw becomes much more powerful at cutting things, so just allows you to get the boxes open easier.
Shit, that one hit the bone. I could really use a medic back.
Keeps them down. Ah, excellent. That one restarts on its own. I don't need to worry about that one for now. There's one that would probably end up being out of saw range later, so make sure that one's tied down. There's something worth noting, as you saw from when I did that, the saw's much more noisy when it's actually cutting into something than when it's just spinning on its own. So very often if you're trying to intimidate someone with the saw from further away, I don't know why I went back there, I already know it restarts. If you're trying to intimidate someone from further away with the saw, if you just cut into some terrain or something, it's more likely to reach them. A couple of minutes still.
Watch the camera.
Get this back on. Nearly done with that. I don't actually need them, but I might as well pick them up while I've got nothing to. This mission is quite good for getting the gauge weapon packages, because on Death Wish there's going to be 10 of them, so you've got plenty to pick up, and you've got the time while you're waiting for the saw, the drill to get through in order to go picking him up.
Got it.
So I'm trying to get up again.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it. Okay. Got it.
Just in time. these open now.
Don't forget about the secret market boxes. Can be good stuff in there.
The advantage with the Berserker is you can cut through them much more easily as well, because you can just actually run and move with it and it will deal enough to be able to cut them all open as it goes. And let's drop an ammo bag.
It's right around the corner.
Free ammo here.
There we are. I think that's all the ones on that side now. Get the next side open. As you can see, these missions are pretty straightforward to do once you know what you're doing with them and you've got the right equipment for it. It doesn't actually take too much to be able to do them, as long as you've got the silent killing and the silent weapon. If you're doing them in a group, then you can just all have cable ties, you can tie them all down. If you're trying to do it solo, you need to have something loud and control freak to be able to keep all the civilians down at once. But apart from that, most of the other stuff is secondary afterwards. I mean, obviously I've got the drill skills to make it a bit faster, but you don't need them for doing it. Dead presidents as well, obviously useful to have, you get more cash, but you don't need them. And yeah, you can actually get quite a bit out of these ones as well, which is good because it's Bane calls it, it's the bread and butter of the heisters, so it's quite useful, particularly as well if you've just infamied up or anything. You can just play with a couple of other people online, do one of these on Death Wish, and you can net yourself quite a few levels just to start off with to get yourself back into being able to do some stuff. Away for a bit too long there, I think. Alright, and now just comes the aggravating part of just moving 12 bags to the van by yourself.
Okay, we can leave now, but try and take it all if you can.
Quite urbane suggests that you could leave after having just emptied the vault like that, but only having secured less than 10% of it. It's not exactly a great inspiring leader, but what can you do? Pay from this is not too bad as well. One problem I've found with these missions is that it can tend to take away the need from doing some of the hard ones. Obviously you still want to do them just for fun, because if all you did was these, it'd get quite dull. But if you compare like the payoff from some of the harder missions, like the Diamond or the Big Bank for example, you don't actually net that much more than doing these when you compare it in terms of time. And obviously with those ones, there's realistically a good chance you could just go around a corner, walk into a guard, etc., and it all goes wrong. With this one, you've only got to wait for the guards to go outside, take them down, and then spin up the saw, and there's just nothing really that can go wrong. So you can often get more just out of doing these a few times. I think the missions, particularly stuff like the train, for example, as well, where you've really got to have multiple people and you've got to be quite disciplined to be able to do it effectively, and it can still go wrong. It doesn't really allocate any experience or money for the risk of that, essentially. So still, I suppose everyone's got their own thoughts on it. I know they keep changing and buffing certain levels at certain times, so it's just a matter of trying to work out what's good for everyone, I suppose. I got the gold now. Yeah, I'll get that last. Nearly out. Last bag of cash, then just got the gold to go. And that's the lot. We're out.
And executed. Great.
Safe house vault is going to be a little crowded tonight.
So it's quite a decent payout in terms of cash and experience as well, and the EXP boost of 10 is reasonable, so if you're trying to level, it can give you a boost for the next mission as well. If you're going to do one of the higher paying experience ones, 10% EXP boost can be just a quick and easy thing to help you add a bit on. But anyway, so that's the cash one, and deposit one will be up next, I suppose. So thanks for watching, guys. Next one following.